3, 2, 1.
Shazam!
That was so good, dude.
Right out of the gate.
And the foam filters, they basically have too much treble. So the foam filter will like make it actually better, more balanced.
Cut them highs.
Cut them highs, boy.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Boy.
The boots on.
Yeah, dude, my ankles, she don't doing good.
She done messed up.
She done real bad. I made a doctor's appointment.
You gonna see them there doctors?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I done seen them already a few times. Gonna see them again.
Excuses.
Yeah, I rolled my ankle like 10 years ago, so. For like
I rolled my ankle for like 10 years straight, man.
Yeah.
Between
Dude.
soccer and like trying
really?
to like do flip tricks on a skateboard. It was bad news bears. But when it happens when you're young, it's like it's fine.
Yeah, it was fine for years after I rolled it, but then I had like specific breakthrough pain moments where I was like doing things like intensive things that I shouldn't have been doing.
That's not good.
Yeah, so we triggered it. Let's do let's for the starting off of this one. Let's do. I was thinking like Shazam or Kazam, like synchronized. Because like I was watching Mark Norman, like how he was successful at building his comedy career, and he's right that like when you're starting off, you do have to like catch people in the beginning, like give them a reason.
Oh yeah.
So,
Reel them in.
nice one. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I bring you gift. This from Florida.
Even as
Straight.
I left Florida.
Straight from the
It's
beach.
very light. Is this from the beach?
It is from the beach.
It's a piece of charred wood.
Charred wood.
Perhaps a fire of some sort.
Perhaps you do etching. Small etching for me.
Oh, you etch? What am I etching?
I don't
Is there
know.
something underneath here? A
No,
pattern?
that's just something to draw on.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Ho ho.
Oh,
I should have taped it. I can get some tape.
speaking of, I found out that I'm 50% French.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bon appetit.
Way more than I thought, and way less Irish. I'm only 2% Irish,
Aw.
according to the Ancestry DNA test that I did. I spit in a tube and some person analyzed it.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that. That'd be fun.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh. It's a very good etching.
Yes, it is. Not bad, huh? It's like charcoal, huh?
I sit on beach. I say, I find charcoal.
You sit on beach? She says no other way around.
This is not how you ask for hand in my country. You talk to your father first.
Getting into the mode right now. This is going to be samurai.
So, I was talking with my uncle and
Uncle Urk.
Uncle Eric, and yeah, I actually spread the plague to him.
Oh,
So
no.
he was really
He was not thrilled about that, or?
he was pretty upset. Yeah. Oh my god.
Whoops.
I mean, I didn't feel that bad when I was going down there, but then it sort of like came back. Actually, let's see if I can just get. Let's see if I can, just for the lads, if I can film this.
Oh, there's a samurai.
Ooh. Oh wow, that is a nice samurai. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I was like telling my friends Bleach is like my favorite anime, and it's like do you know how hard it is to do accurate shading with like folded clothing? Like clothes that are like draped with lots of wrinkles.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
So
for sure.
hard. And in that show, it's perfect. All like most anime doesn't have that much detail because like you're drawing 16 frames per second, but they put so much effort and detail into it. That's why I love the show, because it's almost like 16 masterpieces per second almost in a lot of the cases, which is like, I was just thinking before you came over, I'd love to look up the actual studio that did it, because it's like so impressive. There's no other one I've ever seen that detailed. They all use like CG now and more simple forms.
Yeah. Them computers, they be working their way into everything. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
The Amish don't got none of them computers, do they?
No, them is simple folk.
Them simple folk. They just build buildings and grow food. They never have housing and food problems. I just found out there's Amish in, or like Amish related Mennonites or something down in actually Florida has an area.
Really?
Yeah.
Made their way all the way down there.
Dude, I was like, that's where I'm going.
Hell yeah.
Blend in with the simple folk down in the subtropics.
Florida Amish country. This
Dude.
is probably way too far away.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Florida's perfect in the wintertime. But in the summer it gets hot.
Sure does.
Sure does.
That humidity. You feel like you're showering all day long, but it's your sweat.
Yeah.
I've had a few friends that have lived down there, and that's what they say. It's like you're showering 3 times a day during the summer.
Yeah.
Sweet. Sweetie boys.
So it's, I mean, I want to, I wouldn't mind trying it to see what I thought about it. Because, like, sweating's kind of good for you. It cleans out your pores.
Yeah, I feel like I don't sweat enough, to be honest. I feel like I get blocked pores, and I feel like if I sweat more, then it probably wouldn't do that so much.
Yeah, and my joints definitely didn't hurt as much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard before the warm weather's good for injured joints and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel, for myself that I notice it the most when I'm in between seasons.
Yes. Yeah, when the weather changes, then your joints are like not happy.
Yeah.
I should have just kept videoing, but I'll take a picture at the end.
That's all right. I'm taking a bit too long on this
No,
one
no,
anyhow.
No, Bati.
No,
Bati. Yeah, so my Uncle Eric, we're talking about, man, I'm getting better at feeling less pressured in conversation, because, like, especially once you're being recorded and stuff like that. But, like, I was watching Joe List yesterday, and holy shit, I had no idea what a nervous wreck he was growing up. Like, you could tell on camera a little bit, but man, he would have like legitimate panic attacks where he's like on the ground shaking, like every day. And his parents were like high strung or tense or whatever. And I've always been that way. I mean, not nearly that bad, but yeah. I mean, if I consciously relax, it helps for sure. Weightlifting is the only other thing that really, besides substances. Like, he was a bad alcoholic for years, and I love to drink too. I'm sure that was probably related, but weightlifting is the only other thing that helped me besides consciously relaxing.
Yeah.
Every time I left the gym after lifting heavy weights, I feel like the world was so much like weight off my shoulders, like literally and figuratively. And and I need to get back into that. I need to stop making excuses, but it's hard to do things when you don't feel good, but then you don't feel good because you don't do things.
It's a vicious cycle.
I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat.
I lost a bunch of weight on the Subway diet. Unfortunately, my neck looks like a vagina.
This is so crazy. We were talking about that too, how he played like, man, what a guy. He played like every character he's in that movie. Can you imagine presenting that?
And it was good too.
I
Like, only
know.
few people can get away with
Who
that.
can do that? Who can be like, I've got an idea, got a movie, I'm going to play like every character in it, and it's going to be awesome. I mean, what a guy. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Dude, every single a circumstance and saying has like a song I know now attached to it.
That's been my life for like the past 2 decades.
Nice.
Just everything has a song.
It really does. I was listening to
The face is a little lackluster, just because I can't get
Don't be hard on yourself. It's
the accuracy with this piece of firewood.
It's a piece of firewood.
But everything else is pretty good.
It's very good. Good noodle.
Do I need like just a Japanese cherry blossom tree.
Yes. So, yeah, Florida was pretty. It was so good, and then when I got back, I was like instantly depressed again.
Damn.
It's like
Had a taste of the good life.
Oh my god, yeah. People who go down there in the winter, they can who can afford it and stuff. That's really the way to go if you can do that. But it was funny because I took off from Florida and landed in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it's like it was palpable, the discontentment level.
You
difference.
Feel it coming on.
I mean, the people. You see the people are just not quite as happy.
Oh.
Not quite as healthy looking.
Yeah.
Then the same thing again, Charlotte up to Bradley in Connecticut. Same thing. Even everybody's coughing on the plane.
Ugh.
Everybody just is unhappy. It's the seasonal affective disorder is real. It's a real deal. Holyfield.
Real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah, I met a mixed martial artist on one of the flights.
Nice.
And we were talking about Hulk Hogan because me and my friends online are always
brother.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how it got intertwined into our whole setup there, but he's like, "Oh yeah, I've met Hulk Hogan." He's like, "And I can tell you where to meet him too." And I was like,
"What?
Oh,
he
shit.
knows his hiding places?"
Yeah, I guess he runs he lifts in the same gym every day on Clearwater Beach.
And
it's I'm not gonna be going around these celebrities. They're tired. I'm sure you know how it is. People are "Oh my god!" It's I would already feel. I'm already so self conscious. I'd be the most I'd say. I mean, I wouldn't say anything, but the most I'd say is "You're awesome."
Good job being you.
Thank you. Yeah, basically. Even though I could obviously go on about how my friends and I he's made big difference in our lives and the whole thing. But yeah, it was cool. He was a mixed martial artist on the flight, talking about all his injuries. I'm yeah, it's not a very smart way to stay in health, is it, when you're fighting people? He's no, it's not. He's these are all fake teeth. My thumb's dislocated. But he was cool. He was happy. He was not tan, but bronzed. The proper.
Bronzed.
Yeah, not burn. Tanned is skin damage. Bronze is you did it right. Just a kiss.
Tan in my hide.
Tan in my hide.
Leathery.
That's the other cool thing about Florida is you go south enough and it's no more southern culture is gone. There's not really Florida's not really southern culture.
Yeah, they're a little too metro, I think, for the honky tonk lifestyle.
Yeah, it's technically subtropic, I guess, but they just get everybody you talk to, almost nobody there is from there, but they're all happy to be there. They're "Oh, I'm from Ohio." No, what was that guy from Minnesota? And then there's place in the top left, I think Idaho. And you get to talking to people, and they're most of them aren't from there.
This time of year, I'm sure.
Yeah, this time of year for sure. Damn, dude, that came out so good. Can't wait to scan that and put it in the doodly-doo.
Not bad for a piece of firewood, for sure.
Yeah. I found a big clam on the beach. It was huge. It was a quahog or something. I don't know what technical name is.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked inside, and the thing was still in there, and it was near the shore. And I was "Oh,
did it lick you?"
No.
A little whatever it is there.
I was I don't know if you're alive or not, but I'm putting you back in the water just in case.
I don't want to see you anymore.
I don't want you suffering up here. All right, what do you got there?
I got stuff and things to talk about.
Nice.
Most recent would be I was eating. So this week I had to make 3 trips. The state is asinine. They have a state mandated testing that has to be done for wastewater systems, and there's only one laboratory that runs analysis for this specific testing. So I had to go all the way up to Williston 3 times in 1 week because it's the 7-day test. So you're sampling 3 days, and then they're doing analysis on the rest of the days for the 7-day test. And I had a little snacky poo on the way home. It was kettle cooked chips, sweet jalapeno.
Ooh, lordy.
I caught a gust of wind, and the jalapeno dust blew up in my eye, and I thought I was going to die. I was cruising on the interstate. It was a blustery day.
Oh, yeah, I was driving in some of them blusters.
Yeah, it was bad. And
It
then
was.
all of a sudden it kicked up, and I had the window cracked just a bit because I was getting a little toasty. I had cut the heat, and it wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, I do that.
And then, the jalapeno dust right in my eyeball. Started like straight up crying. If you would have saw me, you would be like, "Oh my God, who died?" And I'm like weaving in and out of traffic, trying to clear my eye. I'm like holding the eyelid and looking all around, type of deal, trying to get it out. Oh,
yeah,
scary, uncomfortable, extremely painful.
How long did that last for?
Too long. It probably was only a couple minutes, but it felt like 15.
That's a long time for an intense episode.
Yeah. It's dangerous too.
Yeah, I almost went off the road going down the driveway watching like YouTube. Going down the highway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was dumb.
I happen to leave YouTube up a lot now these days. A little less music, a little bit more of the tubes.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's relaxing if you're watching the right thing.
Yeah, you got to. It's good if you like choose what you want to watch instead of letting the algorithm feed you. The algorithms.
When the algorithm feed you, here you go, Mama Bird.
It's good a lot of the time, but a lot of time it's bad too.
Yeah,
you got to know when to stop. Like media breaks are good. Like just chill for 5 minutes and then like choosing what you watch instead of mindlessly going through is nice sometimes. Take control back. But I was talking with Eric's son, and
so would that be your cousin?
My uncle Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just put son on just to be like respectful in Japanese, you know.
Eric's son.
And he's always talking about these ladies, you know. I think he wants like a wife or a girlfriend. He definitely wants a girlfriend.
I got those vibes when he was here talking about his trainer. There's a longing.
There sure is. And he's tall and he's not really ugly. So, physical wise, he's got a lot going for him. And
what's wrong with you ladies? Uncle Eric is single, waiting to be tied down.
Single and ready to mingle. Oh my God. But he's just, he's such a sensitive guy. So he's not like a go get him. I guess he was saying he went on like a really good date with some like church lady. And they had a ton in common. And it went on for hours and everything was going good. And then at the end, he was like, "So, sometime again later?" And she's like, "I'm pretty busy."
Oof.
Yeah. And we both agreed that he should have been like, "Next Thursday, we're going here. We're doing this." Because she was telling him that like she was more the traditional type. And I was like, yeah, she probably wanted you to like, plan something instead of like asking.
Yep.
But that's just conjecture. We don't.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Sometimes people are really good at faking too. So you can have that false sense of connection.
Yeah.
I
But
was just being nice. Well, don't. Misleading.
oh yeah, on that topic, when people are sending you things, like if you don't, so like if you like a clip, you thumbs up it. Like if you love it, you heart it. If it makes you laugh, you do the laughing emoji. But if you don't really feel anything in particular, then I just don't do anything back to it. But some people get very hurt if you don't respond in any way. So
Yeah, that's the whole generational thing. There's like some people think the thumbs up is like passive aggressive too. There's like people that get hurt. They're like it's like a middle finger without giving the middle finger.
huh, I never heard that one.
No, yeah, some people it's more younger kids.
Yeah, I feel
It's
bad.
like heart or nothing. For them, heart means like. I'm like, all right, whatever. It's too much. I've cut way back on the socials.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram for the memes, and when Instagram yells at me to check it on Facebook, I will. I think I'm like down to twice a week on Facebook, and then I just get overwhelmed with the notifications since I've been gone. So it's like,
Yeah.
this close to deleting the app.
I just deleted it again. I had it only just so I could sell things on Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of selling things on Marketplace, Bobby Lee was talking. He was talking about the old days about how he would, like when he was scrounging for money, he would sell like distressed jeans, because jeans when they came out in America, like other countries wanted them so bad, like American jeans. And I guess it's still like a thing. And like especially distressed ones. So like you buy them and you wear them for a while, then you sell them. And people are like, oh, they're distressed naturally. American jeans.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah. This is
I'm gonna have to start selling mine, I guess.
I know. I've got some distressed jeans I can sell. That's for sure. But yeah, no, Eric was talking about some lady or another, and was talking about her haunches.
Excuse me? Her haunches?
It's kind of like it's like Jack Black when we were talking about when there's like good body fat distribution and there's like bad body fat distribution. He had that really good one. It's like haunches is probably not a good distribution.
Right.
And I was like, it reminded me of jowls, and I was like, haunchy jowly. Two qualities you may not want.
Nope.
Haunches and jowls. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, you're
What's
good.
going on here? It seems a little weak.
Is it? It was pretty good. When it was getting louder, it was getting near the. It is slightly weak, but the notches are powerful. And,
Got the power notches.
yeah, they got the new 4-port, and it's pretty sweet. It's got the LEDs. So you can-
it is. It's very nice
It's very
looking.
nice. I almost did the King and the Castle at my grandma's house because she has like Victorian styling. Everything is very
King of the
fancy.
castle. King of the castle.
Whoa, you are? I have a chair. Go do this. Go do this. I wanted to do that so bad. She has like such ridiculous fancy chairs.
You should have.
I know. Oh god. All right. What do you got next?
Silly little thought. An Italian Rasta. A pastafarian.
Oh my god. I was about to do the accent, but I can't even think of how it would be.
You could smoke
it's a
your.
me, man.
It's a me, man. Upon the river.
Oh god.
Or, sorry, upon the Mediterranean.
That's a tough one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Pastafarian, yeah.
Pastafarian is such a weird mix. Any other weird mixes that you've had crop up in your brain? Like, what if?
Oh, what was that one? Can't think of it. It was was it? It was Italian. I can't think of it. No good mixtures.
No good.
Although, yeah, I'll just move on. I'll just keep it moving. Do you remember Toby Toblerone?
Toby Toblerone? No.
There's a kid in our school named Toby, and he was pretty silly, and we would call him Toblerone.
Like the chocolate?
Yeah. All right, next one.
That's it.
He was
You
so
remember
good
him?
looking.
No. Okay, never mind.
He was such like, oh my god, it reminds me of Borat. I was watching Borat a little bit, some highlights, and he's talking to some counselor, and he's like, in my country, he's like, we had a very funny retard. We say we ha 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 ha, and then the counselor's like, here we try not to laugh at people like that. And Borat's like, maybe you've never seen someone that had a very funny retardation. Oh my god! But that's kind of how Toby was. He was funny, and he wasn't trying to be.
Whoops! Yeah.
Oh my god!
Those are the best.
We're just like, oh, Toblerone.
I worked with somebody like that.
Yeah.
He had Down syndrome.
It's great. It really brightens your day.
It does. There's a very lightheartedness to it.
Yeah.
He used to call me Blues Brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He was the other one, apparently. In his mind, we were the
nice.
Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah.
He used to he'd sweep and with his aide and get carts, and he would always pretend that the broom was an electric guitar.
Nice, dude. Sounds like a bro.
Oh yeah, he was pretty rad.
Dude, this Down syndrome, it's got like more X chromosomes. They're literally more bro. They're
X or Y?
Whatever, I don't know, but
Whatever, I don't know.
they got some of them letters in there.
Because 2X is female.
Oh, right.
The Y is what makes you a boy.
Oh, okay. I see. I got some water here. I got you some water too.
Oh, you got some Waller? That ain't Waller. You lying. That's some dirty ass Waller if it's Waller. Almost spit take.
I put some lemon in it, brother.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it looks like lemonade.
Oh.
Or like my daughter's water bottle after a day.
Oh, my God.
The backwash regulation is non-existent with toddlers.
Oh, man. Reminds me of people like very respectfully pouring something into their mouth when they take it from someone without touching their lips.
Well, yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're pretty good at that. It's not easy.
I go the opposite route. Just pretty good. Thanks.
It's like SpongeBob. Oh, dude, Friday. I don't know if you saw that clip at all that I posted, but like comedians. Like sometimes like people worry if they can still be funny, like substance free. Mm-hmm. And I was like substance free, and I was so funny and had such a good time. So it was reassuring.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. I cannot be. My substances are nicotine and caffeine though. So
yeah.
Not so bad.
Nah, that's
But
yeah, no, those ones that make you inebriated, they're like the highs are higher, but the lows are lower too.
Yeah.
So it's treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But yeah, no, we had such a good time. It was really good. It was so fun. Do you remember? You have a collect call from. I'm at the store. Come pick me up. Will you accept the charges?
Yes. Yes, that little trick. Yep. You could call your parents to come get you at the mall on the payphone. Kids these days don't even know what a payphone is.
Yeah, I spent a lot of summers in New Jersey. We had a payphone at the pool. And for some reason, we were always talking about like calling sex hotlines.
Oh, I did that a few times on a payphone. you would just get the introduction.
Yeah.
But that was enough for like a 12-year-old boy to be like,
They were just bored around a payphone, just having fun.
1-800-WET-WILD.
That is so funny, dude. Oh my god, those funny things. Yeah, we had, man, those were the days at that pool. I was so lucky to grow up at that pool. It's so different now. It's not good anymore, but it was so good back in the day.
Back in the day, a lot of things were good back in the day that
Dude.
are not so good anymore.
Yeah, and it makes me want to enjoy things now because, I mean, if that keeps happening,
It's going to be gone before you know it.
there's going to be the good days again.
Oh, maybe.
If we're gonna, in 20 years, we're going to look back and be like, man, it was so good then. Now we're in like
Right.
cyber
Yep.
world.
It ain't so bad.
I
Feels
should-
bad, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Or maybe it will get better. You never know because the younger generation, they're doing like, some of them got them dumb phones.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to figure it out. They're like, no, this isn't good. But I was thinking about how uneducated you sound when you go to the doctor and you're like, my collarbone hurts. And they're like, oh, yes, the clavicle. I'm like, my arm bone hurts.
You're humorous.
The humorous, positive distal, It's like, are you trying to make me sound like an idiot, doctor? But you do. You sound dumb. You're like, my shoulder blade hurts.
Scapula.
Yeah, thank you, doctor.
I don't sound done. I flaunt my anatomy
Nice.
knowledge when I go over there to the doctors.
Nice.
They're like, oh, did you have a background?
Nice.
I did, actually. Took the Health Career Academy, which I found out the following year could have gotten me a RNA, a registered nursing assistant. But it didn't happen until after I graduated from the course, of course. Of course. I don't know.
Of course.
I don't really want to change bedpans anyhow, so I guess that's okay. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, how's your you got a new assistant or a new employee?
We've got a couple employees. I'm in the running for assistant manager. I thought I had it, but the one other fella that has been here as long as I had also applied. So a little bit of competition. But he's also in the military and does not want to leave. So availability-wise, I might have the edge because I don't have to worry about being deployed at any moment. But I don't know if that's a deciding factor either. So we'll see. The dude knows his stuff and he's very capable. So it's gonna be a close call. I won't have any hard feelings if they choose him. I will be a little pissed that I'm not making more money, but it is what it is.
And didn't you have a new opening, like Lowdown? You got a new worker guy?
Yep.
That
I haven't seen them yet, so
Yeah.
they're taking it easy on the southern contracts there, and then who knows, they'll get tossed in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, because I was thinking about, like, on my drive home from New Jersey, I was like looking for jobs down there. Then I was like thinking of looking for jobs up here, but it's like when your ankle hurts to stand and walk on and your back hurts to sit on. And it's like,
I need a job that allows me to sit, but only for an hour, and then stand, but only for an hour.
it's so ridiculous. I was like, I should have taken that job Aaron was giving me. That probably would have been a good one. But then I was thinking, like, you gotta stick to the plan, man.
Yeah, if you want to dip out, then that's probably, I mean, it could help you get there, but,
Yeah, the whole plan was to, make Vijayos and my parents and build up the YouTube empire. So,
help us do this, people, because honestly, if I was assistant manager, that'd be great. I have a sticker from my daughter on my pants.
Nice.
Half a T-Rex face.
Oh,
Arr.
my God. She likes them dinos.
Both the kids love dinos.
Nice, dude. Dinos are pretty sweet. What was that dinosaur show as a kid? I can't remember. We had good shows.
We had a few dino shows.
Yeah, dinos were big.
Yeah.
I just heard there was a gorilla limit. I heard that when gorillas, back in the comic book days.
A gorilla limit?
Yeah. There's a really good YouTube channel. I forgot what it's called. He's that guy. He's a colored fella. He's got the little handheld. He's got like a microphone this big, but he holds it. He makes really good videos about like nature and animals.
Mm.
And he did one about the gorilla.
And the gorilla.
And he was saying that like they were so popular in comic books that they like had to set a gorilla limit.
Really?
Yeah, and that even after setting the limit, they went over it because like just people love gorillas, dude.
Yeah, for sure. There's a breach of the gorilla limit on one of the comics that I read to my son. He's got like a kid's version of the Super Friends, which is like DC Comics.
Oh yeah.
And there's a bad guy named Gorilla Grodd, and he turns bananas into servant gorillas. He's got a gorilla army, so they definitely went over the gorilla limit with that one.
Have you seen the video where the gorilla busts out of his enclosure and slides around and like turns his butt towards the glass? That's so good, dude. He's got that on lock.
Yeah,
he's perfected that.
Hey Joe, watch this. Gonna scare the shit out of these kids.
Oh my God. And then I was listening. Oh yeah. And then the same episode, that guy, I almost remembered his YouTube channel name. I'll put it in post because it's a great channel. Casual Geographic, I believe it is.
Okay.
My memory's getting better. I quit the devil's lettuce for the 4th time this year. I am tired of not remembering things. I'm starting to remember things. Better look out.
There you go. That's nice that you're seeing the positive effects.
Oh, dude, it's so annoying not to be able to remember things. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, you know Coco that learns sign language. Coco
Yes.
the gorilla.
Yep.
Apparently, he was asking to see boobs all the time.
You can't blame him.
of the trainers and assistants. Oh my God, it's a hilarious episode. I'll link it in the doodly-doo in the description.
Tatas.
Yeah. And then like she was like, you've seen mine so many times, you must be getting bored. Like, why don't you ask to see someone else's?
He says, no, you have the best.
Oh my God.
Gorilla.
Gorilla.
On the topic of animals, why does the swan have such a long neck?
That's a good question. Did it eat fish?
I don't know. Did it just get lazy? It didn't want to dive anymore.
Yeah,
It was just like...
I was watching some birds at Florida. I was watching the birds at the fish in Florida. No, they had like really long pointy beaks.
Mm.
And then he would like land on the thing and be like, and, like swallow the fish down.
Yeah, right in their gullets.
It was cool. They were just like chilling right on I love it when the animals aren't afraid of you. And there's like all these cool birds just like standing like on the place I was staying had like the ocean across the street, but then on the other side of the hotel was like a channel, like a water channel.
Ooh, you had sort of a peninsula.
Yeah. And there was along the water channel, there was always like some pretty big birds. I don't know what they were called, but they're like the fish-eating birds with them big beaks, and they would just chill there. And it's comforting to like walk by and have them not fly away. It's like, oh yeah, they're not afraid of me. It's a good feeling.
One with nature.
Yeah.
Did you try and pet one? I would have. Here, birdie. All of a sudden it opens up its beak and just starts trying to swallow your hand.
You stand there on one leg, even on the dry ground. And I was like, oh, I thought that was to keep it dry in the water, but who knows why they do that.
Flexing. Just straight flexing.
Rookie to me.
Look at me. I can do this all day.
I'm on a foot. Oh, man. I was doing these balance training exercises. Like, if you close your eyes, it's harder to balance. If you turn your head, it's even harder to balance. Then if you like hold your ear or something, it's even harder. It's weird. Like, stand on one foot, close your eyes, turn your head, hold an ear. I forget if that's all what it was, but how are we doing on time? I feel like I almost need a break already.
It's been a long day for me too. I woke up at 4:00 this morning. My rhythm has been shot. I did too much. Friday I was feeling real tired, and then I had a late cup of coffee. So Friday evening I went to bed extremely late.
Ooh.
And then Saturday the kids got me up relatively early. So I was just like dog tired all day Saturday, and finally I ended up, normally I read to my daughter in her bed and wait till she falls asleep, and then I head to my bedroom to retire for the evening or watch television, one of the two, and I ended up passing out in her bed, I think before she did. It was like 8:30 I fell asleep. I woke up for a few minutes at 10 o'clock, just long enough to make it to my bed, and yeah, that was it. I pretty much slept from 8:30 until 4:00 in the morning, and I'm used to getting like only 6 hours of sleep. So like 4:00 rolled around, and I was like, I should not be awake right now, but I'm not gonna be able to go back to sleep. And here we are now, 2:00 in the afternoon, dog tired.
Yeah, it's yeah. I definitely stopped drinking coffee after noon years ago because it was keeping me from sleeping. And now I'm off coffee altogether again. I had some the other day, but it's like when you're battling stress and tension, coffee's not the best.
No, it's not.
Even though it is enjoyable.
I mean, unless you want a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandpa had a heart attack.
Damn.
So I should be careful. He ate a lot of my mom said she would always be like, "That's bacon fat." He'd be like, "No, it's not." Put it in his mouth.
Just straight denial.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the war,
So he had good reason to eat bacon fat.
And to be stressed, and his wife was like not the most peaceful person to be around. And he had kids and,
Yeah.
a lot of heart issues related things going on.
My dad had 3, and I didn't know about a single one until the last one did him in.
Damn.
But I also found out that was his own doing.
Is that your first dad?
Yeah, my biological father.
It was his own doing?
Yeah, he was a partier back in the day, and apparently never stopped doing the old toot.
Oh.
Yeah. He hit it very well. I had no idea. Even when as an adult, I had no idea that was still happening.
Dude, drugs, man. It's like, yeah, dude. I've been sober for, including weed, for over a month, and it's a good thing to be. It may be a little more boring sometimes, but you're way better off for the most part. Yeah, they just cause so much trouble. Yeah, going back to the girls topic, I was working on this farm. I guess it was the summer before last. There's a farm down in Athens, Vermont. There's the old memory working again.
Hey, I've been there a few times. There's not much to see out there.
There ain't much out there but farm fields.
Mm-hmm.
God's country.
God's country. Amen, brother. Yeah.
Because 2 of the happiest times of my life was like doing outside work. So I started trying to get back into that.
Nice.
responded to this ad for like working on like a little farm, and I was like, oh, that sounds nice. And I pull up there, and I see this like little girl walking out of this like small barn. I'm like, no way, she's the one running this place. Like, you tell me she's gonna be giving me orders here? Sure enough, dude. This cute little darling ordering me around.
Oh my goodness.
And then she's like, you can come work here anytime you want. Like every day.
Little miss. She loved bossing you around.
And I'm like, oh, I can come here every day. Oh my God, dude. One time we were, yeah, it was so picturesque. I would like eat my lunch under a tree in the yard, like close my eyes for 10 minutes. Just the birds singing, the sun and the wind,
Nice.
the shadows moving across.
Hell yeah.
I was like, oh, man, compared to my parents' property, this would be so easy to maintain. This is nothing from what I've done. She had like a tree falling down. I'm like, I could cut that up in like an hour. Like this is easy.
Yeah, this is pretty rugged terrain.
It is, yeah.
Everything's at a severe slant. You never know what's going to be marsh, like just severely soggy, or what's going to be extremely rocky. I'd imagine clearing land is a bitch out here.
It is. It's crazy that how people, generations before us that moved here did it, because you walk through the woods and there's all these stone walls.
Mm-hmm.
That's from manually clearing fields hundreds of years ago.
Yep.
And trying to grow food out of literally rocks. Our earth here has more rocks than dirt a lot of the time. It is not good farming.
No.
But
Not easy.
naughty. In the Netherlands, I heard it's all greenhouses now. Temperature controlled, like soil's all controlled. And I heard they grow some crazy thing like 100 times more food with 100 times less water than like anywhere else.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like outdoor versus indoor weed. It's like once you got everything controlled, it's way better. But anyway, yeah, I remember I was there one day. We were sitting up together in the top of the barn. She's got all this garlic drying, and she's showing me how to like trim it and prepare it to take to the market. We're sitting like right next to each other, legs dangling out the barn door. It couldn't have been more romantic, like handing each other things. She was like pretty cute. I ended up leaving that place because her dog wouldn't stop barking at me. And I was like,
he smelt it on you. He knew your intentions. You're a farm man. That's it, boy.
So, yeah, no, I was getting over some PTSD, which is like almost gone now. It's weird because it's like come and gone over the years. But like the dog barking was not helping it. So, it wasn't that bad, but like it was a long drive there. And
yeah, Athens is a decent haul.
It's like 45 minutes probably. Actually, I found a beautiful back road on the way there that goes through like a state park or like designated park forest or whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful. You go through Chester, right before the state trooper barracks. You take a right, and this dirt road goes all the way down
I've
through.
done that one. Yeah.
Beautiful road.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, so that was that girl. I've been having lately over the last few years. I've been getting more attention from girls than I ever have before.
Oh, ladies, man.
Hey, what can I say?
It's the confidence, man. It's coming around.
I mean, that's what happens when you get older. You start figuring stuff out.
Just stop giving a shit.
Stop giving a shit. You're more sure. You're mature. Girls always have been attracted to mature guys.
Yeah.
Older guys. It's always been that way.
I would agree.
But yeah, I was down in Florida and got some attention from this girl at a bar. It was a pretty funny interaction. I gotta take a break, but I'll take a quick sip of this here water I got for you. I was walking into a bar. It was a great bar. Every time I went there, I had a good time. The live music was always good. Everybody I talked to, we had a good conversation. So one day I get out of my car, I'm walking towards the door of the bar. And this girl's walking out with her friend, and she just stops and it just faces me and like is staring at me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I go up to her and I'm like, hey.
Just stuck the tongue right in her mouth. I noticed you staring. Can I taste your teeth?
Pardon me, I do declare.
I do declare.
I do declare she. But yeah, so I walk up to her, I'm like, hey. And she's like, she does her best impersonation of my voice. She's like, hey. Because I guess I have a deep voice. And then I was like oblivious, basically, typical guy thing. So I go to like keep walking by her to the bar. Oh, she scratches her chin like I did. I guess I did it unintentionally. Like wasn't thinking about it because I was like, hey, like scratch my chin. She's like, hey, like making fun of me, which was, I loved that. It was funny. And then so I'm like, yeah, typical guy thing. I'm oblivious. So I just try to keep walking by her to go to the door, and she like bumps me. And I was like,
this is like high school flirting or even maybe middle school flirting.
Yeah. And then like hours later, I'm like, oh, fuck. I think she liked me.
It's just like, minus the one. Yep. She was flirting. Whoops.
Such a classic, tale as old as time.
Oh, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, dude, that's me. Yes, that was
He's
cool.
a dog.
Oh. And then I'll tell you about this one last girl. We can take a quick break, and I don't know how much time you have, but you take a break after this one. Then I went to the Dali Museum of Art, Salvador Dali.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. How was that?
It's very cool. I've got some photos. Speaking of the draped cloth and the realistic shading, he had one like that.
Yeah. He is definitely a surrealist, which is like my favorite type of art. I'm a little jealous that you went and saw that.
Yeah, and I watched like a movie. They have like an introduction theater to tell you some background before you browse the gallery. And basically the concept of surrealism is whatever you see in your head or like in a dream, you just draw it and that's it. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But yeah, I was sitting on a bench there, resting.
Sitting on a park bench.
Sitting. And some girl comes over and sits like right next to me, even though there's an open bench. And she's like very petite, which I like. And we talked for a long time. We had a really good conversation. And actually, I have her number. I kind of frightened her, texting her. She went through this whole big thing. But then she like stopped being afraid. And I was like, I'm just going to leave it here for now. Like,
keep them wanting more. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But you got it. It was like this whole thing where it's like, is your voice really that deep? And I was like, well, yeah, it is. I mean, unless I get excited. And she's like, we're comparing our hand size. You know, she's got this tiny hand. I have a big hand. It's like that whole like, situation. It's like, oh, you're feminine and I'm masculine. This is cool, you know. But no, she's into music and, you know, choir and like.
All right.
We're both autistic.
You got a number, so.
I do. And her Facebook.
That's a win.
Yeah, I want to do a duet with her because I love like male-female duets. But, you know, that was cool. And after we talked for like an hour, it seemed like an hour maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I got up to leave. And she seemed like devastated. Or maybe that was just her. Maybe she did say she's autistic. So maybe she was just autistic. But I was like, I felt bad after that. So I was like, I should go back and like get her contact or something. Because like she just seemed devastated when I left. And so I did. And anyway, that's the end of that story.
There you go, fella.
Yeah, I got to take a quick wee break.
A wee break.
Oh, fuck. This stupid boot. I mean, not a stupid boot. I'm happy to have this boot, but... Oh, it's like ski boots. Did you ever ski?
Nope. Snowboard only.
It's when you take ski boots off after a few hours, it's like the best feeling in the world.
Oh, I take that back. Actually, my mom and I went country skiing when I was really young.
Country skiing.
Yeah, cross country skiing.
Oh, I
Cross
love.
country. I forgot the cross part. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I was just telling my mom about that upstairs. Like one day, I tried that. I remember trying that one time out in our. I put on some cross country skis outside in our garage here. I took like 2 steps and fell over and like couldn't get up.
Yeah, they're a pain. For sure. But yes, I vaguely remember being extremely cramped and the relief that came afterwards.
Yeah, it's great.
I stole it straight from the top.
It's so lucky to have such good water here.
Yes, pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good. What's that from?
Jeff Dunham.
Oh, yes.
The puppet dude.
The puppet guy.
Bubba. Was it Bubba Ray or something? Can't remember. The redneck puppet.
Oh, God.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What do you got there for us, mate?
Oh, the irony of buying a blister-packed set of scissors.
How am I gonna get these open?
And yeah, if they're your, like first-time scissor purchase, you're just looking at this like, oh, son of a bitch.
Oh my god, dude! As a kid, it would take me like an hour to open those things, even with scissors.
Yeah, I don't know. Like some dude on the internet is like, all you have to do is squeeze it, and I'm like, bullshit. I mean, like maybe you got lucked out and had like one of those easy open ones, but no. I mean, especially tools. Tools come in like the heaviest of duty, blister packed, just Healy-arced on there.
Yeah, those things are crazy.
No bueno.
Naughty, naughty,
Naughty, naughty.
naughty, naughty. Nice.
Oy.
What else you got there?
Oh, I got a water bottle, a sweatshirt, some corduroys.
Oh,
Oh,
corduroys.
a list of things to talk about. Look
Wow.
at that.
Corduroys. Wow.
Corduroys. Yeah, I love them.
Man.
One of my most favorite of clothing articles.
Really?
Really.
That's cool. I mean, I haven't seen them in ages. I used to have some.
They're a little bit warmer than regular jeans, but they're like not, thermals or like like sometimes you can buy those flannel lined jeans. Those get to be a bit much, but these are just nice. They're nice for the chilly season.
Yeah, I can see that. You scratching my couch, boy. So I was in New Jersey. When I came back from Florida, I'm like, this sucks. I'm driving south, and I went to New Jersey for a little while, which I shouldn't have. But while I was there, I literally had the conversation like, "Are you talking to me?" And it's funny because like people say that like stereotypical New York Italian accent doesn't really exist, but I've experienced it like at least 3 times in New Jersey, right across the river from New York City. It definitely is a thing. Like how would it exist if it wasn't a thing? So I was at the deli counter. It was at this like fancy food store getting chicken soup for my uncle who I spread the plague to. And there's like 2 other people in there, and then this lady's like, "You want a receipt?" And like she had just been talking to me for like a conversation, like, "How much do you want? What do you want?" Then she's not looking at me, and she's like, "Do you want a receipt?" I'm like, "You talking to me?" Like,
Did she get offended?
no.
You talking to me? Huh?
So it's like literally because that's why it happens, because like there's so many people
Makes sense.
that you're not sure who's talking to who.
Yep.
I was like, oh my god, that's where I came from. So that was cool. And then when I was in Florida, I was like, I was only there for a week, but I missed my guitar so much, so I went and rented one. And while I was,
you can do that. You
Yeah,
can rent
I
a
didn't even know
guitar.
that. I just went to the store to play some because I was like withdrawn from guitar.
Yeah.
And while I was playing some there, I found out you can rent them.
No shit.
I had such good, dude. Everybody I talked to, I had like great conversations with. The kid at the guitar, both those guys at the guitar store were awesome. The kid could shred. He played in a band. I've got a picture I can show you of his band if you want to listen to it. But I was like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I was like, do you know Interstate 76? And he's like, yeah, I do. I'm like, what? Like, nobody knows that. I'm like, it's so cool being a place where, like, people know things. Like, because it's like, I don't really like funk that much, but it's like the best funk album ever made. I was like playing it on the bass guitar there. But, oh yeah, so while I was there, such a stereotypical Italian, like, hey, a beepa da boopa with the hair slicked back and everything. And we were like, me and the kid who could shred were doing like, we're joking with the Italian accent. Apparently his was like Chicago, and I was doing like New York City, but almost the sound exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, I thought that was like New Jersey or New York or whatever. And the guy leaving the store, he's like, that's where I'm from. Literally like
no shit.
Yeah. Literally like a character from The Simpsons, like fulfilling like the bit. It was so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're out there.
Oh, it was so funny. So he says to us, says. Oh my god, I got a real quick
I'm
one.
walking here.
Yeah.
What's the matter for you, huh?
Hey, what's the matter for you? Oh my god, I'll do one real quick, then we'll hear next on your list. So this one, speaking of dating, years ago when I was bad at it, I mean, I dated this one girl briefly,
Mm-hmm.
and then she thought she might be a lesbian after it didn't work out. I saw her like, she's like, something's wrong here. But I mean, dude, our last date, she like led me past an open bedroom, and like her parents weren't home. She was giving me like a tour,
Yeah.
and I was just like, no. I was trying to go slow,
Yeah.
and also I wasn't that attracted either. So
Yeah.
I
That's
was
kind
like-
of a weird situation.
yeah. But then like I remember seeing on like her dating profile like later, a week or two later or something, like she switched it to like lesbian.
Not even just bisexual, just straight up
I think
lesbian.
so.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've heard that happening before. That's like a thing that happens.
Yeah.
When dates don't work out, people start questioning things.
I know. I experienced that actually in middle school. Like my, probably I would say second or third girlfriend ever. Ended up being really into chicks after we broke up. It was weird. I was like, huh.
Well, I think most girls are into chicks to a decent extent.
Yeah. They're. It's just weird. It's hard to wrap. The male mind cannot comprehend. Like, I would hear stories about girls that are just like, would shower together, and they're like, oh, they have no issue. Like, oh, I think I feel a lump. Want to feel my breast? Like, I don't go up to a homie and be like, hey, I think I got fucking ball cancer. You want to jiggle them around a little bit and tell me what you think? Like, no. There's a weird sort of comfortability that females have with each other that could easily go into a sexual area.
For sure. Yeah. It reminds me of like those cultures where like the guys hold hands.
Yeah, that's weird. It's fucking weird.
Okay, what's next on your list there, big dog?
Oh, I done found out UPS, and I caught them in their lying scheme.
Uh-oh.
So, for whatever reason, I have multiple packages coming, and from different sources, and 2 of these deliveries are through UPS, and so short story long, Aaron ordered. I'm looking for a trout rod. Okay, so like I realize that trout are more prevalent in this area. Plus, I kind of enjoy creek fishing more than just going to a lake. Like there's hiking to be had. You don't have to specifically just be sitting on a bank and like not catching stuff. You can go for a hike if they're not biting.
I can't wait to go fishing again with podcast.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be a good time. So I ordered this rod. 2 weeks it didn't ship on Amazon, so I canceled. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I start perusing the internet, and I have this app called Cooper, and it's like a code entering app, and it'll find you discount codes. Well, apparently Cooper gave me the employee code for the hookup tackle.
Ooh.
And it was literally employee in all uppercase. And I, of course, went on Reddit and ran my mouth and was like, hey, look what I got, guys.
Oh, no.
And that order was canceled on their behalf, probably because I shouldn't have been using the employee discount code.
Oh.
But I got it through the app. I mean, come on.
It was their mistake.
Fair is fair. Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
make such an easy code.
A Japanese man would have still sent you that rod.
Oh, we're getting there. So after I got that one canceled on me, I went to Digitaka, which is a Japanese fishing purveyor. And I got a reel from them, and I got it within 5 days. I think it was 4 days. So I was like, these guys are reliable. I ordered the rod, and it was the last one. And I must have ordered it at the same time as somebody else because 5 days had gone by, and it still didn't say that like there was a label shipped or anything like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Again? This is the third time that I've tried to order a trout rod. So finally I was like, all right, I'll spend the extra money. If you can, if you're looking for fishing stuff, the Japanese yen is down right now.
Oh, yeah.
So you can easily save hundreds of dollars by
Arbitrage.
yeah, Digitaka is a good one. Asian Portal Fishing.
It's a very good rod.
They don't charge shipping. There's no tax, and you're saving a ton of money. So highly recommend if they have it in stock. But after that incident, I ended up going with Bait Finesse Empire, and UPS said that my package had left Arizona, and then the next day I got a thing saying it was delayed by a day because of weather, and it was back at the facility. I was like, what?
That's
so
weird.
did they just like run into bad weather and had to bring it back at the origin facility? I wrote it off, and then I was supposed to get some home supplies from Amazon because we live in a rural area, and some things you just can't purchase here. You will literally have to go on the internet to buy. So I go on good old Amazon, and I had a package that was supposed to be delivered Friday. It said that it had made it to the Brattleboro facility, and then all of a sudden in the afternoon I got a notification saying it was delayed and would be here by the 27th. Now this was on the 21st. I was like, what? It was in Brattleboro this morning. And then I checked the tracking, and it said it went back to Massachusetts. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm having the worst fucking luck ever. So I call up UPS, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Packages are going in reverse.
Apparently, once the truck arrives at the facility, regardless if your package is on it or not, they just say this is where it was supposed to go, so it must be there. It doesn't actually get checked in. So it didn't go back. It never made it to Brattleboro. It didn't get put on that truck.
I see.
So UPS been lying, and I'm not a fan of it. They need to fix their infrastructure.
Tighten it up.
Don't tell me shit is in a place that it's not. That's
You're
lying.
telling me.
That's lying. That's lawsuit material. I'm suing. UPS, you're going down
Tonight at the Thunderdome.
because I didn't get my coffee on time. My specific coffee that I can only get through Amazon.
2 packages enter. 1 package leaves.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, those shippers have it hard. Everybody's ordering everything now.
Oh yeah, for sure. We live in an age where mom and pop shops are dwindling, and like everybody caught on to retail markup. So like when you go to more direct sources via the internet, you save quite a bit of money.
You do.
And
then you don't have to drive and use gas and wear out your car and spend time. Then people are like, "Oh, you're supporting the evil empire." It's like, well, it's I mean, I am.
It's convenient.
Oh shit.
No, there's times where I will support local. I do it when I can, within reason. If something is going to be half price somewhere else, then I'm not doing it. I feel like then you're being taken advantage of. But
Yeah.
if you're only paying like $1 or $2 more for something, like going to Smitty's versus Shaw's, Smitty's is closer. It's local. They have decent product. It's probably just as good, if not better, as Shaw's, and whatever. I'll pay the extra $1.
Yeah. Good story. I think we're.
It was long-winded, but I got real fired up. I couldn't believe it. That rod was delayed, and I was just like, not again. Like the universe is conspiring against me at this moment in time.
I had an order once that during COVID that like
Ooh, your mic flipped around. The magnet, here.
We have a very technical setup here. I ordered once during COVID, and it said it like shipped or whatever, and I waited like weeks, and there's never an update on the tracking, and so I finally canceled it. And then the shipper sent a passive aggressive like "thank you, buddy" kind of thing. Thanks so much, and I'm like. It was like a $30 computer case. Like, it's not a big deal. Because what I think they did is like they printed the shipping label, because then it starts entering the tracking system as if it's been done.
Right.
But I think that's all they did.
Right.
Because nothing else happened for weeks. And so I told Amazon what my theory was, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we can cancel it." And there goes Mars. It was a sweet computer case. Yeah, my mom's like afraid to like let him outside unsupervised. I'm like, "Mom, he's a wild creature. He needs to be outside."
What? I mean, unless you are certain that there's bear in the area, I'm sure he'll be all right. That is a large dog.
Oh my God, he's an outside dog.
He ran into my car and was fine. I'm sure he'll be okay.
And he very rudely entered before you.
He did cut me off when I came here today.
Every time I come in, I put him aside. I'm like, "Excuse me," and then I go in first. Like, he'll learn someday, but he was raised drunk twice, so
yep,
he'll get there.
He'll get there. Oh, Marzi. How old is he now?
Oh, I don't know. Must be 7 or 8 by now. I'm not good at keeping track of years.
7 or 8.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll until he's like, double digits. He'll probably just be this crazy forever. I was thinking he was maybe like 3 and was like late pup kind of.
He's definitely a late pup in his mind. That's for sure. He's learning how to dog. He's still learning how to dog.
How does I dog?
Yeah, he'll walk on things. It's like, if you could not step on that stuff, that would be nice. That's like one of his only bad things, and also cutting people off.
Yeah,
he's come a long.
Too long.
He's like, door. All right, are you out of time and energy? Do you want to do more?
Possibly time. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. What we got for a time?
It's 3:30.
Oh, yeah. We're rounding out the time near feller. I got a couple more things, but we can always save them too.
I got a real quick thing, and then maybe you can do a quick one.
Sounds good.
So that girl that I was talking to at the Dolly Museum,
Mm-hmm.
she told me she had CP.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, which I didn't know what that was, but because of my degenerate mind, I associate it with like the bad thing on the internet.
Excuse me?
It just sounds funny when you tell someone you have that.
With CP. What were you assuming it was?
Like underage images of people.
Oh, child pornography. Gotcha. You can say it.
The FBI is going to be here.
If it was an incorrect assumption, you can say it.
Yeah, but it's just like a funny thing. Like, I have CP. It's like, don't say that. Like, I'm a degenerate.
What is? I'm confusing CP with COPD. What is CP?
So it's cerebral palsy.
Oh,
which I looked up, and it's basically like the nerves. I mean, there's more than one kind of it, but the main thing is like the nerve connection from your brains to your body is like pinched off somewhere along the way.
Mm-hmm.
So like in your mind, you're all there, but the connection to your body isn't quite perfect.
Yes, I went to school with someone that had an accident and ended up with that, and he had like a droopy face.
Oh, she didn't
For
have
a long time. He had to drink with a finger under his mouth.
Yeah, she didn't have a droopy face. She had a cane, and like that she didn't have to have, but like it helped her walk better.
Yeah.
But besides that, she seemed totally fine.
Cool. I mean, you can't fault people for having CP.
No, I love CP.
Yeah. Who down with CP?
Oh my god. Yeah. What's on your list there?
Oh, I'm trying to think of a good one here.
They're all good ones.
They're all good ones. Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
These kind of two things blend together. So I've witnessed this twice in my life, and I've never had it happen personally, but I know a lot of people that have, or they talk about it. When you chew on protein for too long, like steak, it becomes hard to swallow. Well, I guess anything, if you chew on it too long, it can be hard to swallow. So my daughter did this not long ago, and I said she was chipmunk cheeking. She was just hiding the food in there. It was like probably 15-20 minutes after she had got down, dinner was done. I'm like, what's in your mouth? Because like she's a toddler, you kind of have to treat them like dogs. Like, what's in your mouth? You know, I did find this morning that she had a piece of styrofoam from a ball in her mouth because she decided to chew on it. Weird, but she did it. So I was like thinking like, you know, she was chewing on like a toy or something like that, and it was dinner still in her mouth. Almost like coming up on a half hour after dinner was done. She's still chewing on it.
Did you ask her why?
And she's like, I can't swallow too hard. I was like, oh yeah, okay. It happens.
Spit it out then, hun.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I think the meat was maybe a little bit too tough, which kind of made her chew more than she normally would have.
Yeah, I've had that happen with like dry steak. That's about the only thing.
Yeah.
You just keep chewing and chewing. It's like not getting better. You just got to swallow the whole thing.
Swallow it. But at least, you know, I wasn't making her eat it.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever do that to you?
No.
That's good.
Yeah.
My mom was very adamant. She came from a family that, you know, you finished your dinner. It didn't matter if you were hungry or not.
Yeah.
You weren't wasting it.
Yeah.
I will never forget till this day. I absolutely always have hated cottage cheese. It's just the texture. It's like creamy but lumpy at the same time.
Oh my god! I've never tried it just because of how it looks.
So my mom was like, "It's not that bad. You're clearing your plate. You know, you need to keep eating. And I was at the dinner table for straight up like 45 minutes to an hour, and she's started force feeding me
Oh,
the cottage
gosh.
cheese, and
Oh
I
my-
puked
Ugh.
right on her. Lesson learned,
Oh, my
Mom.
God, that's
she
what you
wouldn't
get.
do it again.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's nothing worse. Like, I understand when a kid's just being picky and like if it's a repeated thing, but I really wasn't that picky of a child. Like,
Yeah.
I ate most of the food that she cooked, and
Yeah.
it was just like the cottage cheese came out, and I was like, I don't like that. Put it on my plate anyhow. So she had the warning ahead of time. Put it on my plate anyhow. You're gonna eat it. Well, I'll eat it, but it's coming back up on you.
Be careful what you wish for.
Haha.
You just might get it.
But that's that. You know, you don't make people eat stuff.
Nice. One time I left a Cutco knives. I don't know what you call it. Indoctrination. That's the word. They tricked me.
What did they do to you?
They almost tricked me. They were conniving.
They were conniving with knives.
Oh my god. Yes, they were. I saw this. I was in Burlington. I was looking for a job, and I seen this ad in the paper or something somewhere. And they, of course, they didn't say they were Cutco knives. They're like, "Oh, we have a business opportunity, something or other," keeping it on the down low because they know they got that. They're trying to hide their reputation, of course.
Right.
And so they're like, meet us in this place at this time. I'm like, all right. So I go down there and I go up in this building. There's other people walking in with me, other indoctrinees. We go upstairs. We go in this room. We're sitting all along the walls of the room. There's some guy or two like talking to us, giving us some papers to fill out. And at some point, I'm like looking at this paper, like listening to this guy. I realize what's happening. I'm like, oh, this is Cutco knives. This is dumb. I definitely don't want to go door to door selling people knives. So I just get up and leave.
Yeah.
And like nobody says anything.
Well, they can't.
It's like I saw through the bullshit. I seen the light.
Yeah. Yeah. Good on you for escaping.
I've got no pennies to cut through.
Avon calling.
Oh my god, dude! All those pyramid schemes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a shark.
Well, if
Doggy dog.
I'm the regional manager, so I just,
my
I
God.
oversee what you're doing. But
Oh my god.
if you sell this many products, I'll get a hefty cut of that. But you might make some cash yourself.
Try real hard. You might make $3. That's how it was. I almost signed up for Uber Eats delivery, and people literally get paid $4 for making a delivery.
Oh man,
It's like insane.
yeah. There's tips to be had, but I don't. Uber Eats is kind of like hit or miss. It's not like working at a restaurant where
No.
you're gonna get like at least a 20% tip.
Yeah, if you live like in a dense area with rich people, you can be like make a living, but that's about it. So yeah, no, you're way better off just being a dedicated delivery boy to a pizza place, which I didn't mind doing. It's kind of fun, especially the days before GPS. It was pretty fun, like going on missions, look at the big map on the wall, plan your course. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
I for the first time forced myself not to use GPS and like used road signs and like you can get where you're going without GPS. It's a lost art. There are so many people that they'll have gone to the same place like 5 or 6 times and they're like, well, it's been a while. Plug it in on the phone just to make sure.
I was actually thinking about that for a while as a funny bit for like giving kids directions how we used to get them. Like if you see the big red barn, you went too far. They'd be like, what are you talking about?
See, that's the thing about like the old school directions is like it's misdirection at that point. Don't tell me when I've gone too far because I'm just gonna remember Red Barn. I'm probably going to remember only 75% of what you tell me. And if you've told me, not to take the right and don't go past the barn, I'm going to be like, okay, take a right at the barn.
Yeah, you got to set your odometer 0.3 miles. Take a right on Chandler Road. 0.7 miles. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, when you're in the countryside, it's pretty easy. But when you're in one of them cities with all so many roads and intersections, it can get a little tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
especially if you're not from the area.
Oh yeah.
Then it gets a little crazy.
Even if you know where you're going, sometimes like the highway's got so many lanes, you can't even get over to the exit. You're like, oh, there's my exit. I guess I'm not going there.
Map questing,
Oh, yeah.
Boston.
Oh god.
That's a nightmare. Oh, these kids, they don't know.
Yeah.
For funsies, children of the internet, go to MapQuest. I don't even know if it's still a thing, but you used to have to print off your directions for where you were going.
Google has that.
Yeah, or even better, buy an atlas. Buy a
Oh
road
my
atlas.
God, a road
and,
map.
Yeah. Plan your route that way. See how you do.
I like those cars that have like the compass on the mirror, like you're going northwest.
Mm-hmm.
I
haven't seen those for a while.
No, our Suburban had one. Man, that Suburban was so cool. They're really sought after now. That was such a cool car. I want one of those nautical ones because like we got so many hills here that like a flat compass isn't so good.
Right.
You want like the ball compass.
Yep.
I still want one for my car.
You should get one.
I know, but I try not to buy things that I don't really need.
Smart.
It's kind of an addiction. It's like, ooh, me wanty, me buy. Nice drawing though, man.
It's not bad for what I had.
That's going on the wall.
Yeah, the face is like a little charred or whatever, but
I was charred. I was watching the Ninja Turtles, like I forget 3 or 4, where they go to like feudal Japan, and it's not a very good movie, but the theme is very cool. Like as a kid, I didn't really understand all that Japanese stuff, but now I appreciate it. So it's pretty cool. I got like maybe half an hour, 40 minutes into it. I'm like, this is not a good movie.
Kudos to you for making it through that long before making a decision.
Yeah, well, let's just watch. I mean, all the scenery and the Japanese themes were so entrancing. So I was enjoying that aspect of it.
Everybody like doctored to the turtles by Japanese scenery.
I love like everybody bows to like the main Japanese guy. Then his son is talking back to him, and everybody like looks like, oh no, he didn't like just.
Oh, you dishonor the family.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that as a kid. Like the one look is like means so much. I hear you play.
All I'm saying to now.
Oh yeah, Mike. Oh yeah.